everyone knows that cold calling is one of the easiest ways to book appointments for an agency. It's the one appointment booking strategy where you can actually get better at it really, really quickly by learning objection handling techniques and a different tone of voice. And it's something which you can do over and over and over again. And it's very fast. You can fill up your calendar in a couple hours time if you just do it religiously and you actually get pretty good at it. But one thing that holds people back with cold calling is actually finding the numbers, finding decision makers, business owners to speak to, and doing it in bulk. Because I actually had a friend of mine who was doing cold calling before, and they were spending hours every single day, more time than they were actually calling, doing the lead sourcing, finding phone numbers and decision makers. Because if you just find phone numbers and you have the business name, that's all well and good, but your results are going to be so much better if you have the business owner's name, because it is so much more personal to pick up the phone and say, hey, is this John? Can I tell you something? Rather than saying, hey, is this the business owner of, John's Remodeling or whatever it is, right? It's so much easier to actually find the person's name and then go and have that conversation with them, and your chance of booking a call is so incredibly high. Now, I'm going to show you a strategy in this video that shows you exactly how to do this in bulk in just a couple of minutes time. And I actually have a strategy that I employed in my business where we were able to do this while we were currently doing the cold calls. So we do like 5 minutes of work, start the cold calling, and then as we're doing the dials, we're basically just fixing the lead list so that we have like an unlimited amount of leads, and it really doesn't take a whole lot of time at all. So I'm going to dive into the computer and show you. So the website where we're actually going to find the businesses, the first one is going to be Better's Business Bureau, and then I'm also going to show you a real estate one as well. So this is just bbb.org. If you're in a certain country, maybe a European one or a third world country, you might need a VPN to access it, but it's very straightforward to go get a VPN. You just need an American IP address and then you can go and access it. But the Chrome extension that we're using here is called Instant Data Scraper. This one has like a little Pokemon emoji. I don't really know why, but this is like an absolute legendary extension. This is one that I use all the time, finding out a bunch of information that's on the screen that you can't really scrape, and so it works incredibly well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the exact process of what we do here. Let's say you are looking for solar companies, right? And I'm going to put solar installation. Now, you can think of any city, any state, right? I'm going to put something in the south, obviously, with South USA, because we want to make sure that it's actually a sunny place. So I'm going to say Austin, okay? Austin, Texas. Now, when I come to search this, there's only 115 results. Let me actually change this to Dallas. Might be a bit more. Okay, 242, that's a little bit better. Now, what you'll notice is that the amount of results actually caps out at 15 places, 15 pages. And even though that it says there's like 200 places there, it's only going to show me about 150 or so. And so what we can actually do here is start to mess around with the actual ratings. You always want to make sure this is checked off, because if you check it off, you get more results. But if I mess around with like the distance within 5 miles, I'm going to get a lot less. But it means that a lot of these results here might have been on page 16, 17, 18, but it only shows me the first 15 pages. So it's super important to mess around with the actual the filters in here so that you can make sure that you can get multiple pages. If I change it to 10 miles there, it's going to give me like 68 results. And so this is a kind of page that we can start to scrape. But initially, to start off, I'm going to do it without any filters. Okay, so I'm going to get all distances. It's going to give me 242, but of course I can't access all of them. Now, what you're going to do when you're on this page is you're going to open up the extension. And it's going to put you on this strange page here. Now, this is going to give you the first page of results for these businesses, right? And so what we want to do is we want to click the Locate Next button. It takes us back to this page. And so then we just want to find the actual next button here, which obviously is this one. And then we go back and then we click Start Crawling. Now, what happens with this, because it kind of works, it kind of doesn't. Sometimes it will fail. So it's done like 3 pages down. I think it's going to fail now. Yeah. So table not changed. If the last page was reached, try increase crawl delay, right? So if I go back to this page now, it's actually taken me all the way to the very last page. And I think they do this on purpose, but they change where the next button is so that you can't actually do this. But I think that I've gone through page 1, page 2, and then page 15, right? And so what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go back to page 3. So if we go to page 2, and then I go to page 3, and I click this again, it's then going to scrape page 3 for me, right? So this is GNRG Inc., which is this one, right? And then if I just go through all of these pages, I'm going to get all of this information within like just a couple of clicks, right? And so all of these now are being stored in separate actual pages of this extension. So now we have this one, we have this one, we have this one, and we have this one, right? And you can do this for all of them. And so what you might be thinking is like, this is going to get super, super messy, but we actually have a way to clean this up pretty quickly. And so if you just click on the CSV file for all of these, it doesn't actually tell you, I don't think, that it has, oh no, it does tell you that download has started. Then it will download them. They're like really, really tiny files, so it takes like seconds. And then you want to actually come into this website, merge-csv.com, and you can start to put all of these files together. And this is super important for actually uploading it onto a Google Sheet. Once this is done, you want to make sure that you actually order it in the right numbers. And then you just click merge, and then the download is done straight away. Click download on that. And now I'm going to upload it into a Google Sheets file. So this takes like 2 seconds to do, but if you have 15 CSV files for all those pages, it's gonna take you a lot of time to like upload each one. So that's why we merge it together so that we can do it all in one go. Now, what you'll notice is that some of the results are kind of gonna be jumbled after the fourth column here. So after column D, they're all gonna be a bit jumbled, but all we need to make sure that we do is we just put these numbers in the right space. So if I just move these across in here, just like that, and I make sure the numbers are actually lined up so it's all the same. Then what we have now is 100 numbers here, right? So this would be like an hour, 90 minutes of cold calling. And the information that we need is just the business name here, the actual link to the BBB page. So if I go on this, it's going to tell me about the specific company, and then the phone number as well. And so anything else we don't really need, okay? And I'm going to delete these because these are just added in from the merge. And so then I'm going to put in here owner name, or you can put business owner name, decision maker name, whatever it is, right? And so now if I make a space in here, what we can start to do is we can start to call these guys up, right? So we can go and find the first business owner's name. So this is the Sunfinity one. And if I just scroll down here, it's going to tell me who the actual person is. So there's multiple people in here, right? So they have a director of marketing, they have a chairman of the board, right? So if I'm going to call them about Facebook ads or some kind of, service related to marketing, then I probably want to get Carla on the phone, right? Now this might be a really big corporation. They might have like hundreds of employees. So cold calling them might just be basically impossible, right? It's just something which is the nature of the niche. But I can put this person's name in here. And so now when I call, I'm going to call and say, hey, is Carla around? I want to speak to Carla. And so then I can actually give my pitch to Carla because she will be the decision maker on the service that I have. And so you can do this for quite a few of them. What I actually like to do is put them side by side like this. So this is the same exact sheet. If you just duplicate the tab, you can do this. And so then I can come in here and I can open a few of these. And so as I'm doing the cold calling, so I can just cold call, I can have my headphones in, and I can just go through these websites here and just find the business owner name, right? So managing partner, I can put this name in here, just like this. And so as I'm calling, and if you do any cold calling, you know that you get quite a lot of time where you just sat in silence ringing, right? And so I can do this. Maybe I have my script open. This one doesn't actually have a business owner name, so I could go to the website if I wanted to, or maybe the business is closed down, so I'm not going to include that one. And so I can just come in here now while the phone's ringing, and I can just do this, which is such an easy task to do, and can find all of these names, right? And so I can go put this in here, I can go to this one, and I can do this, right? And this takes literally seconds to go and actually do this. And while you're actually calling, you can do this. So it's not as if it takes like time out of your day. And if you ever get this little notification being rate limited, it's literally the softest rate limiting ever. You can just click refresh and then it will let you back onto the page. And so then you can just go and find this person's name and then copy it into there, right? And you can do this on such a huge scale. So you can, first of all, do this. Obviously, I only did like 5 pages, I think, and I got 100 results, right? You could do 2 or 3 different searches here. And so you could easily get like 500 numbers, do it at the start of the week. And so then when you're calling, you're actually doing the copy and paste over and you know all of the names, right? So you're speaking to Carla, and then you could probably do like 10 names in the time while you're speaking to Carla or while you're waiting for that call to be done. Then you move on to the next one, and then you're doing another one, right? And so within the space of like 20 or 30 minutes while you're actually doing the dials, you can finish this task off. So it doesn't take any extra time out of your day. And that time where you were cold calling, just sitting in silence before, is now actually productive. And so I'm going to show you a few more directories that we have now. So one for real estate is Zillow. So if you're in America, you'll know what Zillow is. But if you're out of America, you probably don't. But they are like the aggregator for all properties that are on the market, right? And they actually have a section to find an agent, to find a real estate agent. And you can literally just search for any major city. So if I search Dallas again, right, and I just leave everything else blank and I just click search, there's now going to be, again, thousands of results. And I think it's the same where they give you 15 pages or so. And so you then want to do the same thing, maybe 20 pages, 25 pages. Yeah, looks like 25 pages. But even still on the 25th page, we're getting people with over 100 reviews. So this is going to be like a super, super busy market. We're talking thousands of people in here. And so what I can start to do then is to, whittle this down. And you can actually filter by name. So if I search John, I'm now going to have like pages and pages of people who do real estate called John in Dallas, and I might be able to get 25 pages of this, right? I've got 16 pages of it, right? And so then I can start to go down to this, right? This guy here who's had 3 reviews. He's had no listings really for a while, so maybe his phone number wouldn't work. But you can then go and start to actually call these people because their phone number is right there. That's how they want to be contacted. And so then when I go and I use my scraping tool, it's going to find this information and it's going to have Michelle here with a phone number. And so then I don't even need to do the task previously when I'm going and copying the names over because the name is just there. So I can call up Michelle and say, hey, is this Michelle? Because obviously that's the person that I'm speaking to. And so there's no need to actually do this manually. There's no need to do this and go and pay for D7 lead finder or anything like that. You can literally just do it while you're calling because it is like the quickest job ever. And if you just don't want to do this at all, if you just think, I want to cold call and I don't want to do this, I'll do something else while I cold call, you can pay a virtual assistant to do this for like $3-4 an hour and they could probably do a few thousand in a single hour for you. And so, don't be that guy who spends like 2 hours doing 100 cold call leads because it just definitely is not worth your time. Do this system, you'll save a lot of money, you'll save a lot of time, and it works. If you're looking for more clients for your agency, click the first link in the description. It's not a course, it's not some 997 course or anything like that. It's literally just a video of me explaining what my company does, how we've done this many times before, and how we can get you those clients on a done for you basis. I don't really care if you click it or not. I actually like making YouTube videos, so we're making these whether anyone clicks the video or not. But yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.